What's up, Kraken fans, fantasy hockey players? Welcome into our final edition of Fantasy with Fitz, presented by Muckleshoot Casino. And today we've got a very special edition of Fantasy with Fitz. We're going to rate your team names. We had you guys submit your team names, and myself and our special guest, Tim Ohashi, the Kraken head video coach, will tabulate our results, and we picked our top five team names, and we're going to go through those right now. Tim, are you ready? How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Excited. There are some good names this year and excited to discuss them.
All right. So our first name comes from @LucyFair333 on Twitter, and her team name was Tarot Cards. Tim, you told me an awesome story about this name. Take us through why Tarot Cards is such an awesome name for a fantasy hockey team.
Yeah, I love this one. I was wondering if you might have leaked that I was going to be a part of this as a Japanese American. This one played right up to my strengths here. So the backstory on this one is in the 1970s, the Buffalo Sabres drafted a fictitious player named Taro Sugimoto,
Okay.
Assumed to be a Japanese player from a fake team that didn't exist. And obviously it came out that it was a hoax and he wasn't a real player, and he really became immortalized in Sabres history to the point where about a decade ago he actually had a hockey card created of him, so a tarot card. So a pretty cool reference and a call back to that. I'm a big fan of that name.
So not only do you have the hockey the hockey tie-in there, but you also have the Tarot Cards in that when you're playing fantasy hockey, you really never know where your team's going to finish, how your players are going to do. So it's kind of a double meaning there.
For sure. That's a clever one. Big fan.
Best stuff. So that was our number 5. Number 4 comes from Arnaud friend @AF Borisa on Twitter. And he had Hakuna Matata, Maattata, Hakuna Matata, of course, after Oli Mata. This is a really good name, a really clever name. Plays off that last name pretty well.
Yeah, that was great. I'm glad you were the one who said it, because that's a bit of a tongue twister, and I think I would have stumbled over my own words there.
So, I mean, would it be Hakuna Matata? Would you Matata? How would you say that?
I think you got to do it. It's, I guess, yeah, Hakuna Matata.
Matata, yeah.
That's a tough one. It's a
Because
mouthful for sure.
It's not Oli Mata, it's Oli Mata. Like, you have to stretch that out a little bit.
I'm clearly not a Finnish native speaker here.
So up next, we've got Snepit's Mustache, and this one after one of my favorite artists and one of the best hockey players in the NHL right now, Patrik Laine, Hotline Bling. Of course, after Drake's song Hotline Bling, and again, another great pun off of a name, and I'm just picturing Patrik Laine doing that Hotline Bling dance on the ice. I feel like that's something I would love to see.
That'd be a fun celebration for sure. It seems like puns really carried the day this one.
And up next for number 2, another pun from Tanner Giles @Tanner Lennon on Twitter. License to Kirill, of course, after Kirill Kaprizov, who is probably your front runner for Rookie of the Year this year.
Definitely in the mix. If not the front runner, he's top 2 for sure, and will get a lot of votes. So that's a fun James Bond callback, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. License to Kill, License to Kirill. Also, License to Thrill is another one of those play on words that I've heard as well. So that was number 2. Number 1, and this is probably my favorite that I've come across, and I probably was laughing for a good 15 minutes when this got submitted from AT I'm going to probably butcher this, Antok, ANTACH on Twitter, Pionka Dunk. Like Neil Pionk from the Winnipeg Jets, Pionka Dunk. And also, I've heard that hockey players, like the hockey badonkadonk, that's a thing. Like, hockey players work out a lot, and the badonkadonk is an area of the hockey player's anatomy that gets talked about a lot. So Pionka Dunk, I thought, was a great name.
This is an awesome one. It's a little getting towards the PG-13 rating, but I think we're safe for the internet still.
Yeah.
But no, this one was good. Definitely a lot of custom jeans and a custom suit pants going on in the hockey world.
So there you have it, our top 5 fantasy names, all the submissions that we had from this year, a great year of Fantasy with Fitz. So at number 5, we had tarot cards. Number 4, Hakuna Matata. Number 3, Hotline A Bling. Number 2, License to Kirill. And number 1, Pionkadonk. So those are our top 5 fantasy hockey names this season. Tim, thanks so much for joining us on this, man. How did you like rating these names? I know it was a tough, arduous process for you. We lost a lot of sleep trying to get these names done.
For sure. That was a stressful one. There was just, there's so many good names that I'm excited to finally get a good night of sleep tonight and just be able to move on with my life with this behind me, because it's been such an exhaustive process.
Next up for you, the Kraken expansion draft. So
that'll be the less stressful one.
That'll be the less stressful one. Kraken video coach Tim Ohashi, thank you so much for joining us here. Thank you to all of you for joining us all season long for Fantasy with Fitz. Thank you, Muckleshoot Casino, for helping us put this on as well. We'll see you next time with another edition of Fantasy with Fitz next season. Looking forward to maybe rating some more of your fantasy hockey teams. Take care, everyone. Best of luck in the playoffs.